This is driving on the Gibb River Road. We're currently on the Napier Downs section. I've only just come onto it about 30 k's ago. This just gives you some idea of what it's like at the present time. Conservation Park on the Gibb River Road. Now at the King Leopold Conservation Park on the Gibb River Road. This road is supposed to be the remotest damn road in Australia, and it's like Burke Street, Melbourne, the amount of traffic that comes down it. I think we're about to come over to somewhere towards the turn off to Bell Gorge. I'm sort of expecting it, but this is some of the scenery out here. This is on a lookout. We're heading into Bell Gorge, and there's a camping ground called Silent Grove, and a lot of these people are leaving, obviously. And this is what it's like with all the dust. And you see they fly along at 1 million miles an hour. Well, I've been to the campground, and I don't have to register because I have an annual pass, but now it's another 10 k's to the Bell Gorge, and I'm following two Toyotas I'm eating their dust, but that's how it is. And you're limited to 25 kilometres per hour on this road. Well, there's been a few water crossings on this road, so I'm going to try and take this and hope that I get through. The other cars just went through. We'll see what it's like. Easy. Easy peasy. Good on you, Bobby. I have a lot more water crossings to go on this road. Well, not this particular one, but the Gibb River Road. So that's going to be interesting. And I've turned Karen off because she keeps telling me to do U-turns. We're now on a property called, we're on our way to Charnley Station, which is run by the Wildlife Conservation Fund or something like that. And oh, I've come to a gate. Looks like I have to open another gate. Well, I'm thinking this might be good practice for the Mitchell Falls Road. This is a really bad, rocky, shitty piece of road, but this is what we come up for, and whilst it's a challenge, you can see how fast I can go over here, and the rocks can chop your tyres to bits. So that's what I just have to put up with. That's why I came here. I'm now on the Charnley River Station. I've booked into the campsite, which I will do a video of later, but I'm on my way to a place called Donkey Pools. And the road is really, really rough, but they say it's worth it, as you can see. So I got to this place. This is called Donkey Pools. And there are 3. beautiful pools. And there's another set of falls down past there. You drop down into another pool and then another pool after that. Beautiful. I'm going for a swim. Those don't seem to want to move, so let's move them. Coming out of Charnley Station. It's taken an hour. Hello guys and gals. To travel 30 kilometres so far. This is the big water crossing here, and I'm not going to film it. I'm going to put myself in first gear, but this is what we're going to face going through here, and it's fairly fast flowing. I have been through, but I know it gets through, so I want to concentrate. We did come through that water crossing. Now I've come to the end of this road. Now I've got to shut the gates. This is another little water crossing, but these ones are easy on the Gibb because they're actually concreted, so you can see how that's okay. Rocky though. This is Adcock Gorge. It's about 5 k's off the main road. I decided not to tackle this little creek crossing on the advice of an APT driver of one of those humongous big vehicles, because he said Adcock Gorge is only 250 metres beyond it, and this is really, really rough. In fact, you'll hear me almost slipping on the rocks. It's not very deep, but it's as rough as they come, so I wasn't going to chance it. I'm going to walk through here. So we'll go for a walk through the creek. As you can see, it's a bit muddy. There it is there, look. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, there's a car coming. Hang on. You can see how rough it is when this fella comes through. Jesus, I'm falling everywhere. Hang on. I wasn't going to put Bob through that if I didn't have to. This is Galvan's Gorge, and it's beautiful. Here comes the cattle truck. Or is it? It's some sort of a truck. Well, I'm about to go for a walk to MacDonnell Gorge this time. And the camping ground is across the water. You have to pull yourself across on the tinny, which I just did. Now I'm puffing. Hard work. Right, I'm on the trail up to the MacDonnell Gorge. This is a little bit of what the country's like. It's just coming up for 7:30 in the morning. And this is magnificent, as you can see. These are the trail markers. I've been walking on the track that's come through the savannah country, and now I'm going to start heading down. It's 2.5 k's to this particular gorge from the camping site. I've just crossed this dry creek bed. Come from here where the paint is on that rock there in the middle. Whew! Puffing. Okay, back up through here. There's a pink ribbon, that's my marker. Now it looks like we're out in the savannah country again for a little bit. Makes the walking a lot easier, let me tell you. Okay, this is the Australian way to mark a trail, isn't it? Yeah, a few tinnies hanging on the post. There's this big cross here, which we've got to go down there, but I think it means danger. And I'm going all the way down there. Oh, I can see water in the distance. Beautiful. Oh, now after all that hard work, this is what I'm rewarded with. But there are already people here, I can hear their voices. Ah, this is magnificent. MacDonnell Gorge. Oh. People. You can't avoid them. A comparatively smooth stretch. We're heading towards Galagunda, which is the turn off to Columbaroo, and I'm deciding whether I actually want to go that far up just to see another waterfall. There's another traveller coming the other way. Okay, we've got another creek crossing that's flowing a little bit, so we'll actually plough through this one, we hope. This is a particularly nasty stretch of corrugations. I'm down to less than 20 mile an hour, 20 kilometres an hour, and it is really bad. We'll just move over a little bit. I'll poke the cover out this window. Still on the Gibb River Road, heading towards El Questro. This is a slightly paved section, thank goodness. God, it's a rattly old road. And over here, old Bob, he's looking the worse for wear. He's just come through the Durack River and splashed himself, and then I spilt coffee on him. Poor Bob. Well, this is the Pentecost River, and this is the major one to cross. So we'll have a go as soon as that guy gets through, and I've broken a bolt on my suspension, so that should be interesting. There's some other people there who attend to me. An idiot. That is a fucking idiot. Well, we're still on the Gibb, but now we're on the bitumen section between El Questro and the turn off to Wyndham. Yeehaw! This is from the lookout, 5 Rivers lookout at the top of the hill at Wyndham.
I had to turn out a drive back home the next day. Had 2 days, and then we went back to the country. So we've done 1,000 k's. We didn't need to.
And then you
But
got
anyway.
No.
But anyway. So we dropped into the hospital and had to go to Darwin to get his on a tablet. So I took a photo.
This appears to be the overflow from the Ord River. We're going to go to the dam, but this is really spectacular. Just had a walk up this escarpment. I can't even pronounce the name, but it's absolutely beautiful. Came across some Aboriginal art on the walls. Beautiful. Well, I'm on my way to Leyland Upper Pool, or Edith Falls Upper Pool, and I've just come down or climbed up the hill of the escarpment. Now I'm walking, as it were, on the plateau towards the pool, and we shall see what is around the next corner. And this is what we found around the next corner. And I'll be heading over to that upper pool. I think you can just make out somebody walking across a bridge like Mount Everest in the distance. It's almost impossible to describe how beautiful this country is and how rugged. Yes, I'm going to give it a go. Down where that bird is down there. Fun. Julie Rock Holes, Northern Territory. Just after 9 o'clock and I've just had a very refreshing swim. These are all the bats. This is one of the walking trails at Katherine Gorge. I've just diverted off one of the main one that I was on. As you can hear, there's a lot of activity from engines. And now I'm going to trace my way back up all these steps. And I get to the top. And there's even more. Well, we've done the Katherine Gorge walk and now we're heading back to the camp. Stevie's Hole at Mataranka. But the sign says no swimming. And one doesn't want to take chances with the crocodiles. Does one? No. I'm now on the Carpentaria Highway heading towards Borroloola, which is about 294 kilometres away so far, and I've already been on the road for probably 100 odd k's, and I've passed 15 cars exactly, or they have passed me on the way back towards wherever it was. I'm in the middle of nowhere on the Carpentaria Highway, and I'm facing a stop sign. Shit. So I will stop. Just stopped for a little quick look at the Carpentaria Highway going towards Borroloola, right up in the Gulf of Carpentaria. Beautiful country, actually. Well, I've been to Borroloola and now I'm leaving on a nice sort of foggy well, it's not overcast, it's just the morning mist. And soon the sun will be out with a vengeance, and I've got 487 kilometres to get to the Barclay Roadhouse. big detour this was. Alice Springs on a very cold and overcast day. This is Gorge, about 85 k's outside of Alice Springs. There's not many people here, and for the second time in this trip I have a campfire and I'm cooking spaghetti bolognese. Yum! There's only a couple of people here, thank goodness, and it's so peaceful. The weather is really cold. Suddenly it's turned cold. This morning I was in the Devil's Marbles and it was warm. Good old faithful Bob. This is a formation called Corroboree Rock. It's freezing cold. This is about 70 k's outside of Alice Springs. And I've just spent the most horrendous night in the wind getting blown away, and I'm freezing. Unbelievable. Now we're on Larapinta Drive and I'm going towards Kings Canyon in a big loop. I'm up at a place called Red Bank Gorge, which is north of, west of Glen Helen Resort. And we'll just pan around. Bob's down in there somewhere beyond that roof. And then this is Red Bank Gorge, which is a creek which runs into the Fink River. And it's cold today. We're in a little place called Goss Bluff. It's a four-wheel drive track. It's absolutely beautiful in here. I'll just give you an idea. This is a smooth part of the road. Look. I think I better concentrate. Right, we're still on Larapinta Drive now. We've got 151 kilometres of this dusty stretch till we get to Kings Canyon. But it's been graded, so it's not too bad so far. About 60 k's to go to Kings Canyon. Thought I'd just pull up. Karen's having fits because she can't keep up with the corrugations. Her screen keeps going all wobbly and funny. I'm going to have to trade that navigator in. Meanwhile, Bob is doing a sterling job. Caravans, the bane of my bloody life. Kings Canyon area. I didn't even bother going in there. Mainly because it's that damn cold and uncomfortable that I'm over this trip, I think now. I just want to get home. Anyway, this is the sort of country that I'm going through. It's not as interesting as a lot of the other stuff that I have been through. As I was saying just in the previous scene, I'm so cold now, even packing the tent up is no fun anymore. My fingers are really numb and it's unbelievably cold. So I've got a few days. I will just take up some time as I go slowly across the country back home to Albany. This is the Marla Travellers Rest caravan park. There's signs everywhere. Don't park on the grass. They expect you to park on the fucking road. This is the stretch of road between the Uluru turn-off and Port Augusta that I said I always wanted to drive, and it's one of the most uninteresting highways I think I've ever been on. Even worse than the Nullarbor. When I say worse than the Nullarbor, I mean it's boring. There is really nothing out here to see except for that red car that was on the side and caravans everywhere. Not very nice country at all. Somewhere over to the right they exploded atom bombs, the British. Maralinga country. Well, my journey is probably within 3 days of finishing. I'm at campsite number 802 on the and I just had to change my battery pack. But anyway, what I was saying was I've got my little black fellas fire here because it's been incredibly cold these last few days. The reason I stopped early today was because when I woke up in Ceduna the tent was absolutely soaking with dew, and so I packed it all up and thankfully it's dried out now. This is quite a pleasant little spot for the last couple of nights on the road. I probably won't find any better. I'm at the head of the bight, and this is a female whale, southern right whale, with its calf. I've got the mother in the shot here. We've just come up a very, very rough track. This is on the road towards the Air Bird Observatory, and we've come about 20 k's in the roughest track, even rougher than the Gibb River Road. But I don't think we need to go any further because the countryside is shocking. It looks terrible here. There's obviously been bushfires through here within probably the last few months, I'd say. And you can look out there to this is the escarpment, and then you go down onto the plains, the sand dunes. All to see the birds, but I don't hear many birds, so it's probably not worthwhile going anyway. Oh, I heard a bird. This might give you some idea. I'm actually standing on the edge of the escarpment, and there's this drop that drops down, a couple of 100 metres, I'd say. Or 100 feet. It's still pretty spectacular. got about 20 kilometres of this. Well, we're at the end of our 20 kilometre stretch into the Ayr Bird Observatory. That's the highway just ahead. And I think at this point we shall say adieu. And this will probably be the last scene in the video of my almost around Australia trip. Thanks for watching. Well, we're on the single straightest stretch of road in the world evidently, and now it's raining. Just goes to show you, you never can tell. I had plans for stopping shortly, but in this weather I don't think so. With a tent on the roof, I think I'll just press on regardless.